Look into the mirror, not just on the surface. Look at yourself as if your eyes could see through the skin and read the hidden codes beneath it. There, between your brows, in that small space most people overlook, you might find a line, a crease, or a shadow that didn't happen by chance. The elders of India understood this. That spot is called Ajna, the center of inner vision. It's also the mirror where your deepest inner battles show themselves. They say that when that wrinkle appears too early, it's the body's way of shouting something you've been determined to keep quiet. It's not just about looks or age. It's an energetic mark that reveals which emotions rule you and which memories steer your life without you realizing it. In Ayurvedic and Taoist face reading, this spot is closely tied to the liver. That's no coincidence. The liver stores anger, frustration, and unexpressed emotions. This weight not only hardens your face, but also clouds your gaze and distorts your energy field. The most surprising part? The shape of that wrinkle changes depending on the story it's telling. If it leans to the left, it may point to wounds connected to the feminine, your mother, partners, or your own yin energy. If it leans to the right, it can signal struggles with the masculine, your father, authority figures, or your yang side. And if it's straight and deep, it suggests a soul living in constant battle, even while smiling. But here's something most people never hear. That mark can be softened. And not with creams. There are rituals, practices, and subtle changes that can erase the physical sign by transforming the pattern that caused it. It's a kind of inner alchemy, healing the liver, clearing the mind, and making peace with your past. The space between your brows isn't an enemy, it's a messenger. And like any messenger, if you learn its language, it can guide you to a release that shows not only on your face, but in your entire life. In the ancient villages of India and China, healers didn't start by checking your pulse or tongue. They started with your face. They read what you hadn't yet dared to speak. The brow was a special map, a place where the roads of the mind and the soul met. They knew that if that area was tense, rigid, or marked, it meant something in you had been holding back what couldn't be contained for far too long. The liver, in its own language, filters more than physical toxins. It filters emotions. When anger goes unexpressed, it piles up. When frustration has nowhere to go, it settles in. That invisible weight eventually searches for a way out. It doesn't always show through tears or shouting. Sometimes it leaves a vertical line in the middle of your forehead, a quiet warning only trained eyes can read. Ayurveda links it to excess pitta, the internal fire that, when imbalanced, becomes acidic, inflamed, and corrosive to inner peace. In Taoist medicine, it's a sign that your qi isn't flowing freely to your head, trapped by endless thoughts and resentments that refuse to fade. The result is a face that seems hardened, always on guard, even at rest. This hardening isn't just physical. It changes your energy. Sensitive people can feel it as a dense field extending from your forehead, even affecting how others see you. Your face sends an unspoken message: I'm ready to defend myself. And like a self-fulfilling prophecy, that stance attracts more situations where you feel you must. The truth is, this mark doesn't form overnight. It's carved by years of tiny expressions, by recurring thoughts that shape your forehead muscles like wind shaping stone. Every time you furrow your brow at something you can't control, every time you swallow an emotion to keep the peace, you're deepening that groove. The good news is the face, like the earth, is changeable. The muscles can let go of tension, but massage alone won't do it. You have to release what created it, the emotional pattern. Ayurvedic healers suggest morning rituals that combine deep breathing, gentle brow massage, and words of release. Speak to the memories stored there and let them go. This can be more powerful than any surgery. Nourishing the liver is part of the process. Bitter greens, dandelion tea, turmeric with black pepper, and intermittent fasting to help it rest and renew. Just as important is avoiding what irritates it: sugar, fried foods, and alcohol. This isn't a diet, it's a truce. It's telling your liver, you won't have to fight for me anymore. In the Vedic tradition, the brow is the home of the Ajna chakra, the eye that sees beyond the physical. It's also called Trikuta, the place where the Ida and Pingala energy channels meet and awaken deeper vision. When this area is tense or marked, the upward flow of energy gets blocked, and your perception changes. You stop seeing life as it is and start seeing it through the lens of your wound. That wrinkle can become a scar where your light has dimmed. If the line tilts to the left, ancestral wisdom says it points to a conflict with the feminine. It's not just issues with your mother or a female partner. It can be a wound carried over from past lives or inherited family memories you never realized were there. The left side of the face connects to the right hemisphere of the brain, which holds emotions and intuition. That's why this type of mark often signals a heart that never felt safe enough to trust. If the tilt is to the right, the message changes. Tension with the masculine. It might come from authority figures who cast long shadows, expectations that crushed you, or discipline that felt like punishment. This side connects to the brain's left hemisphere. Logic, rules, and action. A wrinkle here tells the story of a life lived as if you had to constantly prove your worth, even when no one was asking you to. When the line is straight, vertical, and deep, it radiates a constant state of alertness. It's the face of a warrior who never lowers the sword, even though the war ended long ago. In these cases, the ancient sages said the solution wasn't just healing the liver or relaxing the muscle. It was retraining the soul to return to peace. Face reading isn't superstition, it's a language. And like any language, it can be translated. The body doesn't punish you with marks. It writes messages in an alphabet you've forgotten how to read. Modern medicine focuses on collagen, genetics, and muscle tension. Ancient wisdom looks instead at energy flow, trapped emotions, and unconscious agreements still in effect. The rituals to unblock the ajna are simple but profound. Meditate with your forehead touching the ground for a few minutes at dawn as a sign of surrender. Apply sandalwood or lavender oil to your brow point, not just for the scent, but for their calming vibration. Practice alternate nostril breathing, known as Nadi Shodhana, to balance the yin and yang within you. Most importantly, learn to watch yourself without judgment, as you might look at an old wound and gently touch it instead of hiding it. Ignoring what the brow reveals is like painting over a crack in the wall. It may look better for a while, but the structure keeps weakening. When that tension stays for years, it doesn't just affect your liver or facial muscles. It changes the frequency you vibrate at, and what you vibrate attracts. Quantum physics already hints at this. We are energy fields in constant exchange with the world around us. If your forehead sends out a signal of alarm, your life will keep filling with situations that confirm it. Conflict draws conflict, defense draws attack. It's invisible but precise. That's why relaxing the muscle isn't enough. You have to rewrite the energetic code behind it. In shamanic traditions, a marked brow is also seen as an inverted portal. In its clear state, the Ajna draws in intuition and clarity. When blocked, it becomes a door that lets in intrusive thoughts, other people's emotions, and even energies that don't belong to you. It's like leaving your house unlocked at night and wondering why strangers walk in. Freeing this portal means cleansing on 2 levels. Physically, treat your liver like a sacred space, not just with purifying foods, but with periods of rest so the body can repair. Sleeping before midnight, when the liver works hardest to regenerate, is one of the simplest and most overlooked ways to do this. Energetically, try this each night. Place your palm over your brow and imagine a violet light expanding, gently erasing the mark. Don't dismiss these practices. The ancients didn't call them spiritual to make them sound mystical. They knew your energy field responds more to symbols and deliberate actions than to 1,000 fleeting thoughts. What you repeat gets recorded, and what's recorded eventually shows up in your life. If you've read this far, it's not a coincidence. Maybe you've already felt that something in you is ready to let go of a weight you can't see. When you learn to understand this language, life stops being a battlefield and becomes a place you can truly live in. If this resonates with you, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because there are insights here you won't find anywhere else, and they can change the way you see yourself and the way the world sees you. When the brow softens, it's not just the skin that changes. It's as if the whole energetic structure of your life rearranges itself. Faces that once seemed unfriendly start greeting you with a smile. Arguments that used to find you dissolve before they even begin. It's not magic. Or maybe it is, if you think of magic as the art of transforming reality from the inside out. The healers of the Himalayas used to say that when the Ajna breathes, the soul remembers its home. That home isn't a physical place, but a state of consciousness where you no longer need to be ready for battle, because you know that nothing and no one can take away the peace at your center. A clear forehead reflects a clean energetic field, and a clean field acts like a magnet for experiences that match your true nature. Healing this point doesn't mean erasing the past. It means integrating it. Wrinkles, even those that fade away, remain in your story not as scars, but as signs of a journey you've completed. That's why the rituals don't stop when the line disappears. That's when they take on deeper meaning. In Ayurveda, after cleansing and balancing pitta, it's recommended to nourish the ojas, the life essence that brings sparkle to the eyes and softness to the face. This comes from foods that strengthen without inflaming. Soaked almonds, golden milk with turmeric, dates, pure ghee. On the energetic side, practice daily gratitude. It's the spiritual equivalent of radiant skin. But there's one thing science rarely talks about: forgiveness, not just toward others, but toward yourself. Forgive yourself for holding on to tension for so long, for believing you had to carry everything alone. When forgiveness comes in, the muscles let go. When the muscles let go, the flow returns. And when the flow returns, your destiny shifts. Many who go through this process find that, without even trying, they start attracting kinder people, unexpected opportunities, and new paths where doors once seemed closed. It's not coincidence. A clear brow is a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive, not resist. If something in these words sparks something inside you, trust it. Stay connected, because this isn't just about a mark on the skin. It's about rewriting the energetic map of your life and discovering that the face you see in the mirror can reflect a free soul. Next time you look in the mirror, don't just check for wrinkles, spots, or signs of age. Don't see your face as something that's getting older. See it as the parchment where your soul has been writing, day after day, everything you've lived and everything still waiting to be resolved. The brow, that small point most people barely notice, is one of the most sacred portals you have. It holds your oldest battles, your heaviest silences, and your most stubborn memories. Ignoring it is like leaving letters unopened. No matter how much time passes, they'll still be there, waiting for you to be brave enough to read them. But once you do, once you listen to what that mark is telling you, something shifts. It's not just that your skin softens, your energy clears, your eyes regain their light, and your life opens as if you'd turned an invisible key. This is the kind of truth you won't see in an ad or hear in a clinic. The marks on your face aren't flaws, they're messages. And erasing them isn't about covering them up. It's about healing the story that created them. The line between your brows isn't an enemy, it's a messenger. And messengers, when truly heard, bring gifts. Here's the powerful part. When you soften that inner tension, you don't just change how you look, you change your vibration. And when your vibration changes, the whole universe responds. People who once ignored you suddenly seek your company. Doors you thought were locked swing open. Situations that always ended in conflict now resolve with ease. What seems like luck is really the natural result of a freed energy field. This isn't just another chapter, it's the start of a path. And if you choose to follow it, you'll discover that your entire body is a map of symbols. Every wrinkle, every shadow, every expression is a portal. If we've just decoded one, imagine what happens when we start opening the rest. Don't miss what's coming. In future episodes, we'll reveal more of the hidden codes your body keeps and your soul longs for you to understand. Subscribe and turn on notifications now, because each episode is a key, and each key brings you closer to the version of yourself that's been waiting to be free. This isn't a beauty channel, it's a channel about truth. A truth you can see, feel, and live. And once you know it, there's no going back. See you in the next episode.